Yo guys, what's good? It's Xavier. This week I want to share with you guys the industry standard way to make samples and hard melodies. I've gotten a number of comments asking me to make this type of video. Let's just get into it. When making samples, what I like to do to start off is just pull up a simple piano. Let's start on, let's say, C sharp. So you have your regular triad melody, and one thing to do is take this middle note and kick it up an octave with Shift Option Up. Drag that out, and now if you guys have seen the 808 videos, but this is the go-to 808 pattern in trap beats. Right here. One thing I like to do, and that you see pretty consistently, you want to put these chords according to that sort of pattern. That'll make it have a certain bounce right out the gate. Let's go ahead and do that. And you want to make an interesting chord progression. Let's make sort of a dark one. First chord, now let's move on to a second one starting right here. Okay, I'm going to stretch this out, copy it over, and then on this, I'm going to chop and change the chord so it's still on that pattern, a little bit of variation. Okay, I'm just going to add that little note on top to create some dissonance. It sounds like this. Cool. Okay, next thing you want to do is select all and go to random velocity. Select and operate. Give your chords sort of a more realistic human feel. After you have your chords, you want to typically just lay down a very simple yet catchy top line. So let's figure something out. Very simple, but kind of catchy, so let's copy that across. I'm just going to add one note. So you can hear how that lead wraps back around into the next chord. I want to select all the root notes and just duplicate those down an octave to fill out the frequency spectrum. Just transpose that down an octave. Once you have your chords and your leads, start putting them into VSTs that you want to pick the sound for. And I just have that EQ cutting out the lows. Now find a different sound for that lead, which is higher up. Essentially fill up the lows through the highs. You have a more complete sound at the end of the day. Okay, so I'm hearing this melody pitched down a little bit further. Let's put that in A sharp minor. So I found a couple sounds that fit together well. The next thing you can do to fill it out a little bit more, duplicate those chords down, maybe like a pad type sound. Find one that fits together well. Okay, so all together that sounds like this. What I like to do to fill out the stereo field is pan one a little bit to the left and one to the right. So as far as the first section goes, that's pretty much the way to do it. Go ahead and make a second section that I like to use for like a verse. We start by copying over those main chords. Pull up something that you can duplicate the exact chords down to and put them on an arpeggiator as a lead. You can even pitch it up an octave so it sits in that lead range. So now you have two little sections, and one more thing I want to do is maybe dragging in some vocals for like the high end. So that will work. And now let's get into processing these melodies. Okay, so once you have those melodies consolidated, you can do a little bit of extra processing just to glue them together better, more like a finished melody. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is throw some compression on there. Let's just throw a little bit of chorus on there. Bounce these down again and just chop them up a little bit to make it more interesting. Where you go ahead and chop and flip the melodies a little bit is what's going to make it stand out in the final beat. So now that's all chopped up how I want, and let's get into the second one. So that's going to be the final flip on that section. And here's a preview of that B section. Alright, so now that we have those melodies, we can go ahead and get into some drums. I just flipped melodies into a final beat. I just want to urge you strongly to pick up that fire bunker multi-kit. Just dropped it last week and I've been getting dope feedback and reviews. A ton of melodies, drums, 808s, sound effects, everything you could possibly need. All the drums in this video are gonna come from that bunker kit. First link in description.
Pick that up.
Pick that up.
Here's the melody first. Super fire, but still simple enough to rap over, definitely. So now let's move on to this verse section. Anyway, so that pretty much rounds out the pieces of the beat. Hope you guys learned something as far as putting samples and melodies together. Of course, each producer has their own little sauce that they put on melodies. For me, this is the way that works 100% of the time. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and definitely pick up that bunker kit. See y'all next week. Peace.